Hi guys, are you a goalkeeper or especially a parent of a goalkeeper that when you want new goalkeeping gloves, you type into the internet best goalkeeping gloves or professional goalkeeping gloves or adult goalkeeping gloves or cheap goalkeeping gloves? If that's you, please watch this quick video because I assure you it will save you a small fortune and it will stop you getting marketed to and it will stop you potentially purchasing the wrong goalkeeping gloves. Now, before I explain how not to get marketed to and how to get the correct goalkeeping gloves for yourself or your goalkeeping child, if this is the first time you've come across our training videos or you're listening to our podcast, let me very quickly introduce ourselves and explain what we do. So my name's Ray Newland. I'm the founder of J4K, also called J4K. We started off in 1998, so we've been going on for over 20 years as a goalkeeping training organisation. We've actually got our own goalkeeping gloves now called the J4K Goalkeeping gloves, and basically for over 20 years now, we've helped tens of thousands of our goalkeeping students to achieve their dreams. At our peak, we were in 37 countries across 6 continents, and we've coached well over 500,000 goalkeepers over the 20 plus years. And like I've already said, we've helped thousands of our students to achieve their dreams, whether that's to become a professional goalkeeper, gain a college scholarship, etc. Something we're super proud of. So we really do know what we're talking about, and as I say, we have really been helping the goalkeeping community now for over 20 years. So if you've not heard of Just for Keepers before, just type in J4K or J4K gloves or J4K training and you'll see that we do amazing things for the goalkeeping community all over the world. Okay, so how do you make sure that you don't make the mistake when you're purchasing goalkeeping gloves? Unfortunately, what a lot of goalkeepers do, and especially parents of goalkeepers, when they want new goalkeeping gloves, they'll type in best goalkeeping gloves or best junior goalkeeping gloves or best children's goalkeeping gloves. But the problem is you're going to end up on a marketer's website, not a goalkeeping enthusiast website. You're probably going to end up on a marketer's website, and you'll probably have a good idea. Well, hopefully you won't have a good idea. Hopefully this video will give you a good idea when you're on a marketer's website, which would be the wrong type of website for you to be on, because normally what they will say is, here's our top 3 goalkeeping gloves or top 5 or even top 10 goalkeeping gloves. So that could be on a web page, it could be on YouTube, etc. Hey, check out our top 10 goalkeeping gloves. And normally the top 10 goalkeeping gloves are always the expensive gloves. And do you know why? Because they get the biggest commission, because the marketers, and what happens then is, so when you type in best junior goalkeeping gloves and you end up on their YouTube channel or on their marketing page, what happens then is obviously there'll be a description of each of these gloves and there'll be a link to click, and you'll normally get sent to Amazon. Normally you pay for the most expensive gloves and the marketer gets the biggest commission. So you've got to be super careful. And listen, don't get me wrong, if you landed on someone's webpage and they generally had tried all those 10 pairs of gloves on and they were giving you genuine feedback, cool, I'm happy with that, not a problem. But think about it for a minute. The average goalkeeper will wear 3, maybe 4 pairs of gloves per season. So in every 12 months, they're wearing 3 or 4 pairs of gloves. All of a sudden, these guys, it's not even 3 or 4. The season probably lasts, say 7 months. So most goalkeepers will go through 3 or 4 pairs of gloves every 7 months. These guys have tried 10 pairs of gloves in 7 months. When the average will wear 3 or 4 pairs of gloves, they're saying that they've just tried 10 pairs of gloves. The most expensive gloves, by the way, in 7 months. Yeah, whatever. As I say, that's why, again, that's what is annoying, okay, for me. Again, if they generally tried these gloves and you're getting genuine feedback, fine, no problem with that. But for the most part, these guys have not, okay, yeah, they've not tried the gloves on themselves. And I think that's where the biggest no-no is, because the clever marketers, they know all the keywords that people type in, best goalkeeping gloves, cheap goalkeeping gloves. They'll send you to their webpage or YouTube channel, obviously give you their feedback, okay, yeah, and then they'll send you to Amazon, where you'll end up paying a lot more money than what you should be paying. And again, I still cringe when I see, goalkeepers, young and old, walking around with £120 or $150 or $200 pairs of goalkeeping gloves. Guys, you don't have to spend that much on goalkeeping gloves, seriously. But if you go to a marketer's website or a marketer's YouTube channel, you will end up paying a lot more money than what you need to. So what my advice is, okay, yeah. Now, look, I'm not going to say go to J4K, okay, yeah, okay. As I say, I'm not going to be any of that nonsense. For me, again, I get some people might not like the J4K goalkeeping glove brand for whatever reason, okay. That's life. I'm not concerned about that, okay, yeah? So the advice I'm going to give you now is to help you as a goalkeeper or a parent of a goalkeeper. So the first thing I would do is don't go online, okay, yeah? Because the minute you go online and start searching for goalkeeping gloves, boom, the marketers have got you, okay? So, you know, if you've got a goalkeeping friend, or obviously if you're playing in a league, you're playing against goalkeepers week in, week out, ask for recommendations, okay? But first of all, make sure that whoever you ask for their recommendation, that they've not been suckered into best goal, you know, they've not gone online and typed into Google best goalkeeping gloves, okay? Yeah, be very careful of that. So that's the first thing you've got to say, hey, where did you go for your goalkeeping gloves? How did you find the goalkeeping gloves? Then when you find out that they've not been suckered into a marketer, like I've just explained in the video, so ask them, you know, how much are the gloves? Do the gloves perform well in the sun, in the dry, in the wet? Are they durable, etc.? You know, what's the customer service like with the company? So ask a recommendation first, and then get the name of the glove, and then go and check that company out on the website, okay? Yeah, because at least then you get an advice. So, you know, ask, you know, say when you're playing every weekend, okay, yeah, again, normally when you play over a weekend, there might be like 5 or 6 games going on. Again, walk around, okay, as a goalkeeper or a parent, and look at goalkeepers, think, oh, I've not seen that goalkeeping glove before. Wait for the keeper to finish and say, hey, listen, and ask the question, and write them down if you've got a pen, and then go and check that company out online. You've got less chance of getting ripped off, okay, by these marketers. And another thing as well, what you can do as well is try to go to, and this is where I am being a bit biased, okay, but I'm being genuine, go to independent glove companies like J4K. Now in the UK especially, there's about 3 or 4 similar goalkeeping gloves, similar companies to J4K, and in the US there's about, I think, 2 or 3 similar decent goalkeeping glove companies. And what I mean by that, it's glove companies that are run by goalkeeping enthusiasts who generally know what they're talking about because they've been in goal. I say I've been around goalkeeping now for over 40 years now, so it's safe to say that I know what I'm talking about. And all the J4K coaches involved in J4K, you know, they know what they're talking about as well. So go to a goalkeeping organisation where you can see that it's ran by a goalkeeping enthusiast. And if you can't find out who the founder is or who's running it, stay away from them, okay? Yeah, you need to know, okay, listen, okay, if you're selling goalkeeping gloves to me, who are you? What have you done? What's your passion? Do you really know about goalkeeping? Okay, yeah, so it's super important, because you'll go to some glove company websites and you don't even know who the owner is, you know, who's selling the gloves, who the founder is, etc. And that, for me, that's a red herring, a red flag. If you can go to a glove company, again, listen, it doesn't have to be J4K. I keep stressing there's other companies that you can go to. And you can go on their websites, okay, yeah, and you can see the faces of the people. Then you can go on Google and go, okay, wow, these guys have been around goalkeeping for a long time. So you know that you're getting the right advice from people who've got a passion about goalkeeping. Because also what you've got to realise as well, again, I'll use like the J4K goalkeeping gloves, okay? We've got to make sure that our gloves are right, okay? Because we don't do any of the products, we just focus on goalkeeping. And if we don't make our product the best product that we can for the price, quite rightly, people will not come back. They'll go somewhere else. So independent glove companies like J4K and the others that are out there, we've got to make sure, if we're selling like a £50 or a $50 pair of gloves, for example, we've got to make sure that those gloves are spot on. Okay, because people won't come back to us. And you know what, we're not making millions and anything like that like people think we are. We're not, okay, yeah. Again, we're not like these other companies who are making millions and millions and millions, and they can afford, to be honest with you, to, again, let's just say, shortcut on the materials that they put in the gloves. Because if they lose a few customers, so what? They're making millions. Businesses like ourselves, we can't do that, okay? We've got to put our heart and soul into our products. And I keep stressing, guys, you don't have to come to the J4K, you go to other similar companies. And again, that's, if I was a goalkeeper or the parent of a goalkeeper, knowing what I know now, I certainly would not go online and type in, you know, best goalkeeping gloves, because you'll end up on a marketer's page. Listen, it's happened to me as well, okay? When I was looking for bicycles for my children, I typed in best bicycles for girls, because I've got 2 daughters, best bicycles for girls or best bicycles for my daughters. And I ended up on a marketer's page, and I ended up buying a bike. Probably, don't get me wrong, it was actually a good bike in the end, but I probably paid a lot more than what I needed to pay for it, because I never went to a specialist bike shop. I just ended up on a marketer's page who sent me to Amazon. Okay, and then when you're getting sent to Amazon, I'm not a big lover of them, to be honest with you, full stop. So I hope that makes sense as a parent or a goalkeeper, or especially a parent of a goalkeeper. If you want goalkeeping gloves, do yourself a favour. Don't type in best goalkeeping gloves, or if you do, make sure if you end up on a marketer's page, you've got to look for the telltale signs, or a YouTuber's marketer's channel. You know, top 3 gloves, top 5 gloves, top 10 gloves, and if they're then sending you to the likes of Amazon, they're most probably a marketer, and they've not generally wore the goalkeeping gloves, okay? As I said earlier on in the video, if they generally wore the goalkeeping gloves, okay, I go, okay, cool, okay, get that, not a problem. They've give you their honest feedback. But these guys, these marketers who've blatantly not wore the gloves, okay, they probably never even played in goal in their life, but they know how to market. Just be so careful, guys, okay, yeah, because you'll end up purchasing a pair of goalkeeping gloves that will probably end up being far too much for what you need, for your age, for where you play, you know, as I say, because what you should be paying for your gloves is so many factors. If you're a young goalkeeper, as a parent of a goalkeeper, you should not be paying silly money for goalkeeping gloves. Or you could be an old goalkeeper, an older goalkeeper, but if the playing surface that you're playing on every week is terrible, again, there's no point paying a lot of money for a goalkeeping glove that if you're playing and the playing surface is bad, because you're wasting your money. That's why if you go to someone, ask someone, you know, in your league, they can say, hey, this glove's fantastic. Or if you go to organisations like the J4K Goalkeeper glove, or a similar organisation, we'll be honest with you. If you contact us and say, hey, listen, I'm 35 or 40 years of age, I play five-a-side football, we're not going to recommend a £90 or $90 glove. We'll say, hey, listen, you only need this £30 or $30 glove. Because, as I say, we want to make sure we give you the right advice. We want to look after you as a fellow goalkeeper. And the only way we're going to do that is by being honest, okay? And you won't get that by going to marketers. Okay, so I hope that helps, okay? Hope that helps you save a lot of money when you're searching for your goalkeeping gloves next. Okay, all the best. Take care for now.